Okay, can you tell your best travel story and keep it rolling while I keep cutting in? By the end of this video, you will. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, we got 5 stations. It's going to take about 15 minutes. All you got to do is speak out loud as much as you can. All right, starting with a warm-up, station 1. Now, okay, we need you to think of 3 things. Going to get some different topics. Now, okay, these are all based around when you're traveling somewhere from the airport. So it's airport-based stuff, okay? So here we go. You ready? Name 3 things that you would ask at a check-in. 3 things. Could have had something like, "Excuse me, where do I check in? Is there a window seat left? How many bags can I check?" And so on. Next one. 3 things that you'd ask security or finding your way. 3 things. Where's the security line? Do I need to take my laptop out? Is this the right way to the gate? All right, 3 things that you'd ask at the gate while you wait. So that's just before you get on the plane. Has boarding started yet? Is the flight on time? Where can I get something to eat near here? All right. How about 3 things that you would ask when something goes wrong? You could ask something like, "I think I'm at the wrong gate. Can you help? My flight's delayed. What should I do? I missed my connection. What are my options?" All right, last one. 3 things that you'd ask once you land. All right. How do I get into the city from here? Where do I catch a taxi? Where do I pick up my bags? Now, okay. Today's chunks, we're dealing with different ways to ask, starting with casual, neutral, and then formal. But this is a request when you're requesting help or asking a question. So generally, it's a little bit polite, even when it's neutral. Okay, so here we go. Which way is the exit? 3 different ways. This is the casual one. Okay. You're lost in a huge station. Ask a stranger a way to the exit. Hey, which way's the exit? It's casual or neutral. Excuse me, is this the right way to the exit? Or something a bit more formal. Sorry to bother you. Could you point me to the exit, please? Now, you want to have a bit of confidence if you're going to use this one to someone you don't know, unless it looks like someone that's easy to talk to. You say, "Hey, which way's the exit?" It might work. Anybody else? This is a good one. This is safe. But of course, This is fine too. I don't think anyone's going to get upset if you're quite formal when you ask. You're asking for help. All right. Here we go. So you got the idea now? There's a problem with my booking. Okay. 3 different ways to say that. Okay, here we go. The hotel has your booking on the wrong night. You need to tell the front desk. Casual form, neutral form, and formal form. Think of at least 1, maybe 2. What would you say? Casual form. There's a mix-up with my booking. Neutral, a bit more polite. Excuse me, I think there's a problem with my reservation. That's a safe one. Or formal. I'm sorry to trouble you, but there seems to be a mistake with my reservation. Whoop. Moving on to the next one. Where's good to eat? Or where is a good place to eat? Where's a good place to eat? I usually say where's a good place to eat. A lot of people cut it down. Where's good to eat? All right. So you've just arrived and you're starving. Ask someone for a recommendation. Now I know that's scary. Okay, casual form. Anywhere good to eat around here? Could you recommend a place to eat? Would you happen to know a good place to eat nearby? Okay, moving on. Drill time. Okay. So, turning a vague opener into a real specific question. Now, we're going to connect just a vague question with a bit more detail. Yep. Get it to flow together. So here we go. We'll get the vague question to begin with, and then underneath, down here, you will see that'll give you the idea of the topic. Yep, that'll be the real question. Okay, here we go. I have a question. Is there a shuttle bus to the hotel? Excuse me, I have a question. Is there a shuttle bus to the hotel? Excuse me. Okay, try this one. Excuse me, I'm just wondering, what platform is the airport train? Excuse me, could you help me, please? I think I'm on the wrong train. Sorry to bother you. Really sorry to bother you. Does this bus stop near the station? Now, okay, I'm going to stop the clock here for a bit. Now, intonation here is important. Notice the polite questioning rising intonation. So, with that intonation, you're letting someone know that you're sorry that you're having to bother them, but you have a question and you're not sure about this thing. Yep. A lot of it's in the tone. Excuse me, I really need some info. What time does the last train leave? quick question. Is breakfast included with the room? All right. Very good. Moving on to station 4, strategy. Now, this is when you run into a situation where you have a problem. In the middle of a conversation, problem, dealing with the situation. Now, how can you keep the conversation going without getting angry, keeping them calm and happy? Okay, now, a few different ways. Good way to restart. Here we go. Anyway, no harm done. Then continue. Let's not dwell on it. So, well, these things happen. It's okay. Let's move on. And then, never mind at all. Never mind that. So, okay. You and a friend, they caught the wrong train and missed the connection. Choose one of these and think of something to say. Anyway, no harm done. This gives us an extra hour to see the town. Okay, next one. Your friend booked the hotel for the wrong night. And it's getting stressful. Any of these are okay. Let's not dwell on it. So, why don't we go find some dinner while they check for a room? You gave the taxi driver the wrong address, and the meter ran really high. Well, these things happen. On the bright side, we got a little tour of the city. All right, moving on to free talk time. This is a 2-minute interview. Now, I'm going to ask you about your most memorable trip. The model answer will be, of course, different from what you're saying. But yeah, now I'm going to jump in with different questions. Try to keep the conversation going as if I was talking to you. So here we go. Think of your most memorable trip. Try to say as much as you can until the time runs out, and then I'm going to jump in with a question. So, where's the most memorable trip you've ever taken, and what made it stick with you? The most memorable trip I ever took was to Vietnam. It stuck with me because everything went wrong, and somehow it was still the best week of my year. Okay, take me back to arriving there. What's the first thing you remember? Well, we landed around midnight, completely exhausted, and all we wanted to do was get something to eat. Nothing was open, so we lived on convenience store rice balls. And how did you get around once you were there? Well, that was the hard part. We had no idea how to get into the city, because the last train had already gone. In the end, a kind stranger walked us to the right bus. We were lucky. So, was there a moment when something didn't go to plan? Definitely. One afternoon, my phone died and I was completely lost. I just kept stopping people and asking, is this the right way to the old town? Somehow, I got there. So after all of it, would you go back? in a heartbeat. On paper, the trip was a disaster, but getting lost is how we found all the best places. That's why it's still my favorite. All right, here we go, shadowing time. Is this the right way to the gate? How do I get into the city from here? Could you recommend a place to eat? There's a mix-up with my booking. Is there a shuttle bus to the hotel? What platform is the airport train? Anyway, no harm done. That's why it's still my favorite. All right, well done. Now, with a lot of those phrases we shadowed then as well, of course, the excuse me and I'm sorry and can I bother you? Those sort of things are certainly very important before you go asking strangers questions and advice. Now, I've said it before, but I will say it again. Please is the magic word in English. You would be amazed at how many doors it opens. Now, of course, excuse me, yep, but a please on the end, or could you please, makes a huge difference. People are always happy to hear it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. I'll see you next time. Don't give up.